Hello, welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I'll be sharing with you how to cut and sew this trendy Bubu gown. This is very simple and is beginner friendly. Guys, you can sew this under less than 1 hour. The only difficulty is in the button stand and the button hole. If this is what you've been searching for, then continue watching till the end to see how I made it. To make this, I'll be using 2.5 yards of fabric. What I have here is crepe fabric. You can use crepe, you can use chiffon, you can use organza, you can use silk, you can use duchess. Yes, you can use all those fabrics. I have some buttons here. I will choose from any of this. I don't know which one I'm going to use now, but I'm going to choose any of this. So, and I will need a little bit of interfacing. I'm using hairstay for this. So I have my fabric folded into 4, as you can see, 4 equal parts. So what I basically did was I cut out the strip that I will use for the button stand and the button hole. I just cut it out from the 2.5 yards, interfaced it, and the remaining 2.5 I folded it into 4. So I'll be cutting this on my pattern paper because my clients, my subscribers has been complaining that they don't see what I'm marking on my fabric. So I'm going to be cutting on a pattern paper to show you what I'm doing. So this is on fold like this, as you can see, meaning it's for the 2 of them, for the center front and the center back. So the first thing you will get is you draw a line. First of all, you're going to draw a line where you're starting from. And then you're going to get from here, you get your length measurement. So whatever your length is, you're going to mark it and you will add sewing allowance to that. So I'll mark it and add sewing allowance to that. So remember, if you fold 2.5 yards into 4, you will have like 23 inches. So let's say this place is the 23 inches. I'll mark it so that you see what I'm doing. So the next thing you do, this is very simple, guys. From here to here, you get your shoulder width. I used 4 inches for mine, so you can use 4 inches or you can use 3.5. I used 4 inches, so I'm going to mark my shoulder width as 4 inches. For the neck depth, back neck depth, you come down 1 inch and mark it here, and you're going to connect this to this. And then for the front neck depth, you can come down like 9 inches or 11 inches. Don't go more than 11 inches. So decide whether you want it to be 9 inches, 10 or 11. For mine, I'm going to use 11 inches. And I'm going to connect this straight to this place. This will be for my neckline. So this will be for the back, and this will be for the front. Next thing we're going to do is to get the shoulder width. So my shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2 will give me 8 inches. So from here to here, I'm going to get 8 inches and mark it. And then from here, I'll come down 1.5 inches for my shoulder sloping and mark it. I'm going to connect this line to this line like this. So guys, the next thing you do is for you to extend this line. So you're going to extend this line like this. Yeah, so the next thing you will do is this place will fall at your elbow. So what you're going to remember, this is a one size fits all, so this measurement works for all sizes. So the next thing you're going to take is your round elbow, whatever that is. Mine is 14 inches. Or you divide that by 2, it will give you 7 inches. I'm going to add 1 inch for the up and down. That will make it 8 inches, and then I'll add ease allowance to that, which will make it 9. So from here to here, I'm going to mark 9 inches, and I'm just going to come in a bit like this. I'm just going to come in like from here to here. You can make it like 1 inch. Just come in, just for you to be able to draw the sleeve. So I'll just come in like that and take it down to the hemline. So this is what I'm going to cut on my fabric now, and then I'm going to cut open the center front. So I'll do all of that on my fabric, and then I show you the next thing to do. So I've gone ahead and joined all the pieces. And for the sleeve, I use the fabric to make a bias for it. Can you see? So also for the hem, I've also hem the lower part, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to add the strap in front. For me to do that, I've already gone ahead and closed one end of it. So I'm going to place it together like this, and I'm going to sew it straight all round. So this is it after sewing it, but the other end I've not closed it, so I went ahead and sew that place, the same thing I did to the other side. So I'll go ahead now and also close that place. Remember to overlock this place. So this is it after sewing it. As you can see, please don't mind this is the water from the ironing. So I haven't even ironed it properly as I want to. So what I would do next is for me to place this like this. Decide which side you want the button stand to be, and decide that you want the button loops to be. So you're going to measure from the neckline. Remember, you came down 9 inches or 11 inches depending on whichever. So from the shoulder down to where you want your neckline to stop, which is where you stopped already, you're going to start marking the buttonholes where you want the buttonholes to be. So you're going to make it like 1 inch. Because I'm using this fringe, the fringe is really small. There's this other one I would have used, is braided, is bigger than this. If I was to use that, I'll give it a gap of 1.5, but because I'm using this, is very tiny, I'm going to make it like 1 inch spacing. So I'll just go ahead and mark 1 inch spacing, and I'm going to cut like 2 inches, and I'm going to place it on it. So I'm going to place it inside. You're marking this thing, you're marking will be inside. You're going to mark it inside, and you're going to place this like this on it, 2 inches, or you're going to cut 2.5 inches and place it like that here on it, and you're going to stitch it at the tip like you're doing a running, you're just running a line. Just run the line and make sure you run the line all around so that it will look like a design. So I'll go ahead and do that. Once I'm done, I'm going to use the same measurements and add my buttonhole. I've not decided if this is the button I'm going to use, so I'm going to place buttons all to the end. So for the slits, you decide the slit, because I've not even decided how long I want the slit to be, but I'm going to stop somewhere to make it have a slit. So when you're putting your button, make sure the button is inside, not at the tip, inside, so that by the time this comes, it will overlap. So guys, I changed my mind and decided to use loops. So I had to make loops for myself. I used my fabric and made bias loops. So I have 2.5 inches loops here, and that's what I'm making for the loops. The fringe that I used was falling off the fabric after sewing it, so I decided to make loops for myself. So for yourself, whatever works best for you, you can use that as your button loops. But remember to always make your buttons go inside so that the dress will not be revealing, it will be covered. So as you can see, I'm placing the loops on the fabric. Guys, if you have watched this video till this time and you have not given this video a thumbs up, please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. To my returning subscribers, thank you for always watching. If there is something you didn't understand, remember to let me know in the comment section. And if you think this method of drafting on my pattern is better than the ones you guys weren't seeing the chalk, let me know in the comment section. You guys know whatever you advise is what we follow, so that we'll build a good community here. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.